That sounds pretty good, but isn't that a hard song to play, Kev?
Doesn't have to be. I'll show you the easy way to play this 3-chord Sweet Home Alabama by Lynryd Skynyrd classic rock song. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. I'm Kevin. This is Maggie May, checking out the pick and looking for treats. My wife Vicky's behind the camera.
Hello.
Let's get started on this classic rock favorite. It doesn't get much more classic rock than this song. This is the beginner, I'm just starting to play this song version. It is going to sound really good. We're going to go through a couple of levels or steps that we're going to build on. But if you use these steps and play along with the record, it's going to sound great. There are basically just 3 chords in this song. We have a D chord, a C add 9 chord, which is very easy to get to, and one thing to keep note is that your ring finger is going to be stuck to the 2nd string on the 3rd fret for all 3 of these chords. So you have that D shape, and to move to that C add 9 shape, you're just going to move your index finger to the 4th string 2nd fret, and your middle finger to the 5th string 3rd fret, while you leave that ring finger down. That's a C add 9, lovely chord. Don't play the 6th string. And then we're going to play a 4-finger G chord shape. And again, that ring finger is going to be anchored there. So you have D, C add 9, and G. To get a much more detailed lesson on these 3 chords, and we also add in a 4th one. And a really cool way you can just use 2 fingers to change these chords around and sound great. Check out the lesson. We'll leave it in the description below for you. So step 1 sounds like this. So what am I doing there? We're going to go in this same order for these chords this whole song. We're going to do 2 down strums on the D, 2 on the C add 9, and 4 on the G. So this is the very first thing you should be able to work toward. In step 2, we're going to break down these chords just a little bit, and we're going to need to know the bass or root note for the chord. The D is the 4th string. We're going to play that. It's going to sound like this. Yeah, you can already see, or hear, rather, that it's starting to get a little movement to it. And what am I doing there? I'm playing the bass or root note of the chord twice, followed by 1 down strum on the D. Same thing for that C, and you do this twice for the G. Sweet Home Alabama. Start to hear, right? In step 3, we're going to break things down even a little further, and we're going to do an arpeggio, which is a fancy word for playing individual strings for the notes. So it's going to sound like this. Alright, so what am I doing there? Still got that bass note in there twice. But we're going to, instead of strumming down 1 time, we're going to pick string 2 and 3. It's easier if you go up. Pick up on those strings. So you have same thing for the C add 9 on that 5th string root. And then the G on the 6th string root. Really starting to come together now. And now for a short word from our sponsor. Kidding. There's nobody sponsoring this video. But we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to this video. It would really help us and keep on bringing you great lessons to relax and learn guitar to. Step 4, or level 4, gonna sound like this. Uh-oh. Not
What was that?
not gonna sound like this. It's gonna sound like this. So in this one, nothing has changed. We're playing everything exactly the same, but we're adding a little technique called palm muting. Very important. You can play this on either acoustic or electric. You're going to take the fat part of your palm and rest it onto your strings. Now, you're going to have to kind of find the sweet spot on your acoustic guitar especially. The further up you put your hand to the sound hole, you're going to get kind of garbage here. You want to be back toward the bridge and find that spot where you still have the muted sound, but you can still hear the note. I like to palm mute the bass note a lot, to let those strings 2 and 3 ring out. And then finally, we're going to kind of mush 2 of these together, if you will. We're going to do this pattern. So there, I'm doing the palm muted bass notes on the D, and then strings 2, 3 on this D and the C. But for the G, I'm just doing a bass, bass down, bass, bass down. So it's time for you to grab your guitar, make sure you're in tune, and play along with me at whatever level you feel comfortable with. The whole point of this is to kind of take these pieces and kind of, you know, plug them in together until you get a place where you feel good and sound good on this song. So I'm going to play the intro. That would be a whole nother lesson on the amazing lead and all the fills in this song. This is more just the beginner version. But I'll play this intro a couple of times. I'm going to do that kind of last pattern we covered. And then for the verse, I'm going to be doing just the bass, bass down pattern. So it's going to sound like this. We'll do a little count in here. 3, 2, 1. Wheels keep on turning, carry me home to see my kin, singing songs about the Southland. Miss old Bammy once again, I think it's a sin. So that, you know, my brain just automatically does that. So for the cool little fills, just go back to that part if you're comfortable with it. And then for the chorus, I like to use this pattern. It's our first pattern with an upstrum in it. So it's very similar. You got the 2 bass notes with the palm mute, then a strum down. Then we're going to fit in a very quick upstrum before the next chord. And that upstrum is really just hitting these high, like strings 1 and 2, maybe a little bit of 3. So it sounds like this. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are so blue. Sweet home Alabama, Lord, I'm coming home to you. Do that over and over until you just annoy everyone around you. Build on those levels, get a good solid foundation, and keep moving up. And when you're ready for another great classic rock song that you might think is also out of your reach, check out this lesson, a little Hotel California, and enjoy that. Until next time, we always appreciate your views and your support here, Vicky, Maggie, and I. So thank you so much for that. And until next time, remember, you're never too old to learn.